Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome to Perfect Tides Station to Station. Thank you, Stripe, here for the code for the game. Well, I have played a bit of the demo before, but that was before I played the first game. Now I play the first game, so I know a little bit more about Mara, and well, new game. Fear no more, says the heart, committing its burden to some sea, which sighs collectively for all sorrows and renews, begins, collects, lets fall. Virginia Woolf. It's a cliche to begin with a quote. You know this, but you're a fool. Besides, in order to make good work that reaches past mere juvenilia, you must expel your stupidest words, all 1,000,000 of them. Put them down, so they may die. Your name is Mara Whitefish. You lived on an island for most of your life. Now you spend your days in transit. It's the year 2003. You're a freshman at the State University of Creative Studies in the city. The semester is almost over. It's a long commute to school from your mother's apartment on the mainland. Instead of riding home, you often end up sleeping at Daniel's place. No one here seems to mind. Oh, hey, forgot you crashed. Yeah, I was pretty zonked. Zonked? Where did that come from? The language evolves. Get used to it. Diner. No, I'm broke till Friday. Daniel has been your friend since high school. These days, you might even call him your best friend. In fact, it's possible you chose to attend Sucks, an effortless decision you were repeatedly assured is the biggest of your life thus far, because Daniel chose it. Daniel's instincts have rarely led you astray. You trust him to fill the gaps in your judgment, of which you fear there are many. I can make us something, though. Sure. Alright. A promotional cardboard standee for the movie Ballistic X and Sever 2002 lives behind the apartment couch. Although you've never seen the film, you know it represents a dearth of creative output in Hollywood. Its original script having been rewritten into oblivion. Not to mention a devastating $50 million loss for Franchise Pictures and Warner Brothers Entertainment. From what you understand, the standee was acquired through great hardship by one of Daniel's former roommates who smuggled it home after closing up at the theater of his employ. Having what Daniel describes as a hulking presence, he was able to walk it home under his coat in one piece. Since moving out, the standee's gargantuan owner has repeatedly promised to return for his treasure. The fact that he lives on the West Coast now does not bode well. The battered living room camping chair has been in the unfolded position for so long that it no longer refolds. Until recently, an impressive number of crumbs had accumulated in the seat's deepest point. All gone in a single dare. It's your trusty noise machine, the simulator of ocean-like sounds, that Daniel and his roommates graciously allow you to keep at their place. By allow, of course, we mean that no one has ever noticed its presence, let alone voiced an opinion about it. Ah, the futon. You're home away from home. You've spent many hazy mornings waking up on the slumpy couch and probably almost as many nights falling asleep on it. Can go that way and that way. This curtain acts as a divider between a living area and an unknown number of bedrooms, each containing its unknown number of curtains, subdividing an unknown number of beds. You better not snoop behind the curtain. Even in an environment where people come and go freely, there must be some boundaries. Look at me. It's you, Mara Whitefish. You're 18 years old and you want to be a writer. And according to at least one emotionally high-maintenance professor, you should already be calling yourself one. You're attending university in a city. You grew up on a small, semi-remote island where you lived until about a year and a half ago. The city on the mainland from which you commute still holds such promise to you. You have not been back to Perfect Tides since you left. Can I look at this? Since the roommate with the TV moved out, Daniel and the boys relied on this errant laptop and speaker set to watch movies. The picture and sound quality are as bad as one would expect, and the whole system needs to be painstakingly restarted if its power connector is nudged. That said, you've watched a considerable number of films and TV shows on here, ones you now regret never seeing. Yeah. It is certainly an example of life finding a way. You did just offer to make breakfast for Daniel. You better at least gesture towards that promise before you leave for the day. Fine. Let's go this way. Alright, my darling. Later. Amar. Hiya. You're sheepish around Daniel's roommate, Gray. He is the most noticeably busy of the people who actually live here. Sorry, excuse me. Rosetta is in the fine arts program at Sucks, though your humanities classes occasionally overlap. She is dating Daniel's roommate, Gray. The two of you get along well, both being self-described shy girls who hated high school. Although she carries herself reservedly and occasionally possesses a look of last-moment alive terror, you think she is very pretty. Although she doesn't officially live in this apartment, Rosetta is here at least as often as you are. This only contributes to the anxious feeling that you're pestering Daniel like a girlfriend without actually dating him. You comfort yourself with the knowledge that you spend a fraction of the time Rosetta does on personal hygiene and beauty, occupying the bathroom only long enough to relieve yourself and thumb through the same 3 steam-crinkled issues of Juxtapose. Daniel Davis. You went to high school with him, but spent years in separate worlds. The summer between junior and senior year, you got up the nerve to ask him to platonically watch Spirited Away with you. You've been hanging out ever since. He's a good friend, perhaps a better one than you. He asks about your interests, even when he doesn't share them. He reads your writing and gives opinions that you trust. And he doesn't mind that you spend about half your week hanging out and crashing in his apartment. At least he doesn't seem to mind. Actually, that's the main downside to your friendship with Daniel. You're often not sure how he's feeling. On occasion, you get the sense that he doesn't want you around and just won't say so. You've fallen into more than one spiral wondering what Daniel thinks of you. The thing is, every time you've had this crisis and put some space between you, he invites you out again. So are you just crazy? The data's inconclusive. Talk to him. Oh, what are you reading? Being John Malkovich. Ah, yeah, Charlie Kaufman. You've seen it? No, I've just heard enough to know everything about it. It's not bad. Kinda meta. I've heard that. It's actually sort of perverse, the way you're transported into another mind. I've heard that too. You should see some of these things you've heard about. It's at the library. Sure, you'll get right to that when you learn how to freeze time. Daniel is shockingly adept at absorbing new and interesting works. He's seemingly able to drop everything in the pursuit of knowledge to chart endless pathways of his curiosity. You just don't have the knack for this. Your thoughts are desperately monogamous, unable to pivot until they've been painstakingly explored. I'm starving. Forgot to have dinner last night. What do you want to eat? Anything. What's in the fridge? You're pretty sure the eggs you've been keeping at Daniel's fridge are still fresh and intact. Daniel's roommates tend to leave unclaimed food alone unless it's ready-made. Let's talk to Rosetta. Hey, Rosetta. Rosetta takes a moment to realize you're speaking to her, even though you've addressed her by name. Hi Mara. Didn't I wake you walking through? No, I don't even hear you moving when I'm awake. What did you guys get up to last night? Once again, Rosetta doesn't seem to realize you're speaking to her. Bro? My friend Dinty had this gallery show in the village. We were at that, and then the after party. Then her friends left. Wow, sounds fun. You're once again jealous of Rosetta's social life, a life which seems so much richer, both culturally and materially, than your own. The small, winsome girl from the mainland, so well connected. You mentally hum a few verses of the same old song about how you've chosen the wrong major, attended the wrong classes, bought the wrong sneakers, and bathed with the wrong 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner. It was alright. I really wanted to be home earlier, working on my own piece. It can't all be parties, right? Yeah, those turkey sausages won't staple themselves to the walls. That's funny, Daniel. You should put that into one of your many spec scripts. It's so cool that you can paint. I suck at it. You can do it if you try. Remind me and I'll lend you some supplies. What you'd really like is an invitation to one of those loft parties without having to learn how to paint. Isn't the fact that you're a writer enough? Sure, thanks. We'll ruminate on that. You have to find some food if you want to cook on the stove. As helpful as you try to be around the kitchen, there is absolutely no occasion in which the garbage is your problem. Oh wait. Growing up with Mom familiarizing you with a cabinet such as this, its function is to be half open, taking care not to let its existing contents fall out while quickly shoving in the latest object you wish to forget. You've opened this microwave once, and you shall not do so again. The outside of the fridge in Daniel's kitchen is plastered with ancient memos, outdated coupons, and long-forgotten business cards. It seems the roommate who maintained these artifacts has been gone. Oh, I was going to say, I was just my cursor over the thing has been gone for a while. Alright, what do we got in the fridge? Now where did those eggs go? The fridge is more crowded than you expected, and you'll have to look closer. Use the right mouse button or circle, because there is controller support. I am using mouse though, to inspect inside the fridge. Peering past the metropolis of Dale's pale ale cans, Rolling Rock bottles, and 3 different kinds of milk, you see the faint glimmer of an egg carton. Aha. Reach past the other contents of the fridge to retrieve your egg carton, which you soon discover is resting precariously on a bulk-sized jar of applesauce. Aha. Having found what you need from the fridge and trying hard not to let your eye fall on any other culinary atrocities, you close the door. It looks like you have an item in your inventory. Move your pointer to the top of the screen or press triangle to see it. Alright, and I can just do this now. If I right click, it goes out my... Nice. Instead of awkwardly having to scroll through all the different interaction things like I did in the first game, that's nice. Let's cook some eggs. Because I don't wanna. You crack your remaining eggs directly into the frying pan. They immediately form a giant viscous mass. Want any raw? No thanks. If I eat this early in the day, I could surely perish. That's a relief. There's really only enough for you and Daniel. Using a spoon, you effortlessly break the yolks, letting them merge with the whites as they cook. This creates a multicolored mixture as the different egg sections mix. You call this the confetti eggs method because every bite is a celebration. Thanks. You're welcome. I call these confetti eggs because they look insane. They look like the contents of my brain, yeah. Walsh's class today. Yeah, how are you going? I might skip. I don't know. I'm not really happy with my paper yet. That would be unfortunate. You find it easier to deeply engage with the class when Daniel is there. Oh, you should come. It's more fun when you're there. It is? Yeah, dude, the whole discussion is more lively. But my paper's a mess. So is mine. Don't be a perfectionist. Alright, maybe. You'll go to class no matter what, of course. You can't be waiting around for Daniel to make up his mind. You finish your eggs as quickly as possible, trying to focus on your obligations for the day. You have to work a library shift and finish your paper before class. Alright, you want to ask Daniel about a topic Walsh brought up in class recently. What was it again? You've never had an easy time holding on to your ideas, and now that you're in college, you've resolved to start writing them down. You bought a cute, tidy little notebook just for the occasion, and ever since you lost it, along with an equally cute pen, you've been taking notes on your phone. Here's where you store all of your personal contacts. It's looking pretty bare. Certainly you know more people than this. You'll just have to add more names as you encounter them. And these are all the topics you're trying to remember. Okay, so you've only collected 1 so far. If your pointer turns into a word balloon over a person, you can have a deeper conversation with them. ask someone a question, press and hold the left mouse button or cross on the person until the balloon turns white. You can even ask yourself a question. Why not? We already talk so much. Now, what do you want to ask Daniel about again? The city. The city's incredible, but is it really the place I belong? Or am I just locked into the commitment I've made? Ask about the city. Do you remember what Walsh was saying about the city last week? Nope. Oh, well, it was something about how living here used to be really nurturing if you were a writer getting started. Uh-huh. But now Walsh says it's too expensive here, and all the interesting parts of the city have been choked out, and we're basically living in the magic kingdom of piss. You're like, worried about that? Well, not super worried. I'm just sort of having a miniature crisis over it. Mara, she's wrong. There are things that Walsh is wrong about. I know, but... What a convenient argument for Walsh that all the good stuff happened in the city when she was young. I hadn't thought of it that way. This is the best place in America to be a writer. Hands down. How do you know that? Because we're here, dingus. You like your classes, don't you? School's all well and good. I just figure by now yeah. By now, I would have made more connections, you know? Like with experienced writers, editors, publishing people. I hate to break it to you, but that's not a city problem. If you want to meet people, you better start talking to them. But it's scary. No, it isn't. Everyone loves talking, especially if it's a topic relevant to them. It flatters their intelligence. So I should talk to people only about their favorite subject? How am I supposed to know what they like? You might have to guess now and then, but the more you talk to them, the more they'll let you know. What if I run out of things to talk about? Then you better get yourself some more talking points. Here's a free one for you. Movies. You can't go wrong. Everyone has a favorite. Gosh, the old typing. Got it. I think so, but man. Yes. This is why I became a writer, Daniel, so I wouldn't have to talk so much. Well, your first novel is shaping up great. My what? 20,000 Leagues Up My Ass. Hey! Let's ask about movies. We seeing The Matrix Reloaded or what? Oh, heck yeah, we are. Are you worried it won't live up to its name? That by its very nature, a sequel dilutes the power of the original? Nope, you? Not at all. Don't want to bother Rosetta anymore while she gets ready for what you imagine is a much more fun and interesting day than your own. Can I ask about Rosetta? Rosetta's great. It's not to like. You can be honest, Daniel. I'll pretend I'm not here. Look, admittedly, I don't know much about girls, but... See, Ro, you're already scoffing over there. But what? But if I've learned anything from living closely with them, it's that you can be honest is a dirty lie. I like when guys are honest. Me too. You're both in cahoots. How come, when the majority of women agree on something, it's a conspiracy, Daniel? Yeah, how come? I didn't ask for this. You broads have fun. Alright. Okay, let's ask about me. You're okay. Fine. I'm leaving then. On that note, I'm leaving. It's a cool morning in the city, and you feel a moment's regret for not packing an extra layer. But you've committed to dressing for warm weather, so your decision must stand. It's not like Mama's here to see the goosebumps on your arms. You exhale contentedly at just enough time for a quick walk before work. Alright, I wanted to look, not... Weird O'Malley's is closed during the day. Besides, you're not old enough to drink, nor do you have a fake ID. The odds are stacked against you, Mara. This cavernous doorway leads underground to the transit station. From here, you can ride the regional rail to the mainland, or, if you're brave enough, take the citywide subway. You're mystified by this odd little man who is out hawking books on the street almost every day. See something you like? Yeah, I like a lot of it. I have no money right now, and when I do, it's usually for pizza. I know. I see you over there. Well, the books aren't here to look pretty. Come back when you want to buy. Do you do trades? Sure, but it would have to be a pretty interesting book. Something I think I can sell. Like a mass market paperback, Harry Potter, or The Lovely Bones. Kid, I happen to have taste. Observe my schmuck appearance. You think moving books is all that matters to me? Well, with this bit of self-deprecation, your misgivings about the sidewalk book vendor melt away. Why would you shop at the big bookstores when you've got the real deal right here? My bad, sir. I collect all manner of books, magazines, and printed curios. Bring me something interesting, and you'll have your pick for my stash. Got it. Roger that. Roger him. Oh, you know, Roger, the way astronauts sign off? Astronauts, you mean actors? You listen to Coast AM? Don't think so. Check it out sometime. Should give you some good information. I'm always on the lookout for that. Thanks. Alright. Wait, there's someone here. I want to talk. Not that you would love to eat pizza for breakfast, nor would express pizza in their mercenary disposition hesitate to sell you a slice, but you've already eaten this morning. What's over here? Anything interesting? Oh, right, I can double click. And I just, like, move there. Even you would have trouble justifying a 4-piece mozzarella sticks and an orange beverage from Papaya Hog before noon. Yay, double clicking. I'm on that right now. Can't imagine what matters could be. Come back later. Talk to this guy. Hey, Theo. Ish, what up, homegirl? Theo's addressed you with the same years-long familiarity ever since you first met him at freshman orientation. At first, it was a comfort to your anxiety about making friends at school. These days, his airs are odd at best and frequently tiresome. Still, Theo is mostly a welcome sight. He's easygoing, available to hang out on short notice, and crucially well-connected. On my way to the library. Oh yeah, you work there, right? How is it? Pretty easy. I can get a lot of time to write. Damn, I need a job like that. I don't have a good place to write, and it's killing me. I really think Theo's writing needs more than a better place to be written, but you're not in the middle of a critique, so you'll keep that to yourself. Let me know if you quit that position, okay? I'm never quitting, dude. Gonna work there all summer. You're killing me, fish. So, doing anything fun this weekend? Actually. Theo noticeably lowers his voice, taking a conspiratorial tone. This in turn causes a pooling in the floor of your mouth, a Pavlovian response to an invitation for fun. We're having a party here tonight. At the dorm? What about the RAs? We may have greased a few palms. Sick. Can I come then? You'd better. Come by anytime after sundown. Just tell the security guard you're my guest and he'll let you up. Got it? Make sure you give them my full name. You know it, right? Of course. Great. See you tonight, fish. Okay, you don't know Theo's full name. You might want to figure that out before the party, Miss Marple. Theo? Something. Let's ask about Theo. Did you want to know something about me, or have you just forgotten my name? Mara. You're one of my favorite classmates. I love talking composition rhetoric with you. For real? Yeah, I always like when you voice your opinion. It gives me something to think about. I feel like I say the stupidest things in class. If by stupid you mean brave, then yeah, you really go for a fish. Oh, thanks. You're not totally sure you can believe Theo. He tends to be quick with a compliment, and his kindest words bring up an ever-sneaking suspicion that he would like to date you. Still, you can't help but grab onto the suggestion that other people like to hear your opinions. Who but Theo can you rely on for such information? I'll talk to. About the city. You're from the West Coast, right? What do you think of the city? Oh, I like a lot of the stuff here, but, what? But you East Coasters, you're also impatient. Impatient for what? For like, for you to finish your sentences? Just spit it out, dude. Come on, I gotta run. No, that's exactly what I would have said. Eventually. Softer words. Sounds unbearable. Yeah, it's probably best if you keep living here. You know, this has been helpful. Thank you, Theo. Oh, I'm glad. It's always nice. Your mind has already wandered through 10 other landscapes by the time Theo finishes talking. Who knows what this guy's on about? Let's ask about movies. You know what movie I just saw for the first time? What? And this isn't a recommendation necessarily. What movie? Because it's honestly more screwed up than you'd think. What's the movie? But like, in a beautiful way. American Beauty. What? How did you know? The conversation was getting kind of plastic baggy. Well, I guess I can't surprise you, Mara. You've got the makings of a film critic. This will be the high point of my day. It's all downhill from here. I can go in here. Nice. Hi. What do you need? Long shift, huh? What do you need? Can I use the elevator? A resident of the student dorms with a photo ID. No. Non-residents cannot enter the building unless they're on the guest list of a resident. Guest list, I see. Anything else? No, you've been very helpful. Sorry for everything. I want to talk to these kids, lest you give away that you don't actually belong here. The dorm security guard manages to be both perpetually alert and disinterested. You have rarely seen another person holding down this desk. Elevator doors for student residents and their guests. Alright. What do we got? What does this have to say for itself? It's Adam. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Adam. What's up? I'm just thinking about you. I was thinking about you. Truth, you were thinking about the paper you need to finish before work, but you thought about Adam when you saw his name on the phone screen, so it's not a total lie. You would never totally lie to him. Are you already in the city? Yeah, I had to get here early. You decided a while back it would be best if Adam didn't know about your habitual crashes at Daniel's apartment. It's just so much paperwork. Adam always wants to know where you are and who you're with, and your mostly male friends require even further clarification. This is an unfortunate consequence of the distance between you and Adam. It sometimes feels as if you spend more time explaining the beats of your day than having a real conversation. On my way to work, then class. Yeah, should we talk after class then? No, now is fine. I think I might be going to like a party thing later. Yeah, a party? Yeah, like a party thing. With who? Oh, just some school friends. Just like a few people at the dorms. Okay, what do you want to talk about then? I've got a few minutes if you want to talk now. Is there something specific? No, just want to talk. I just miss you. Miss you too. What did you do last night? Nothing. Saw the guys. Cool. Since the Adam is starting to brood. Well, I love you. Love you too. Try to call my lunch break? No. I don't want to be in a rush. We'll talk when we can. You didn't think you were rushing Adam, but it's true that you have a busy day ahead of you. An ever-shifting schedule of school, work, and commute leave little room for the long, languid calls you used to have. I'm really sorry, Adam. It's okay. Don't worry, sweetie. I understand. Okay. Love you. Love you too. Bye. Now it's definitely time for work. You better go over to the sex building. Adam Lee. But I need to explore. Hi, Joseph. Fellow Islander, there you are. I haven't seen you in some time. You've assured Joseph more than once that being from Perfect Tides is a far cry from his island home of Grenada, some 2,000 miles south. Grenada, some 2,000 miles south across the Atlantic. Still, his search for commonality is endearing and puts you at ease. It has also moved you to pay for more than one regrettable fruit experience at a tourist price point. What would you like today? Nothing for now. I have no money. Oh, that is a problem. Certainly is, Joseph. See you another day then. Bring news from home. Sure, but there won't be much. See ya. Let's cross over. Use the crosswalk, like you should do. Movie theater? No movies playing at this early hour. You have to come back later. Tempting as it may be, even a lunch special at Rainbow's is too pricey for everyday consumption. You may need to wait for a special occasion on someone else's time. Alright. Coffee and books. You're not actually sure how to enter this building. You suspect there may be an entrance around the side and through the alleyway, but without prior experience walking in, you feel like too much of a fool to try. The corner fruit stand is usually manned by Joseph, a Grenadian national with whom you have a friendly rapport. Though your produce buying habits don't diverge much, Joseph's stock of fruits and vegetables, at least as fresh and varied as the nearest Martin Williams, is quite impressive. The entrance takes you through the lobby of 419 East Sex Building. Oh, this city is also called a big city. This is a neighborhood where you almost exclusively hang out. It has everything you could ever need, from food and friends to great cultural experiences. Just try and find a better part of town. Not that you've tried. Coming from perfect ties in the mainland, the transit system still intimidates you. You're pretty sure you've barely scratched the surface of what these few blocks really have to offer. The city is unlike anything you've ever seen. The people are open and direct, which you find familiar enough, but they're also completely unconcerned with your business. Back when you spent all your time on the internet, you've longed for a physical world in which to move around invisibly. The city has provided. Here, at least, you can truly disappear into your pursuits. It's too bad living here is virtually unthinkable. Mom can afford it, and it'll be years before you can imagine selling your first novel, let alone writing for a literary journal or the local lit weekly. Until then, you are a visitor relying on the generosity of friends with non-moldy couches. Alright, let's go on in.